everybody. I'm so sorry. We're going to be recording with a little noise. I don't. Should I say little or plenty noise in the background, courtesy of Mr. Erioluwa,
Any
because
which
he will
one.
not sleep this afternoon until after. So, guys, please enjoy the video with his inputs. Let me put it that way.
Definitely.
So, welcome everybody. My name is Oluwatosin Sanusi, and this is the Grace Generation TV. We talk about love, relationships, marriage. Oh goodness! Hey, do you want to sit in your chair? Do you want to come sit down there? Love, marriage, relationships. Doing it God's way most importantly, because we believe that as much as we do really, there's the world's way, and there's also the way that God would like us to do relationships and marriage. And the fact that it was God that created the institution of marriage, so how better to do it than the way that the manufacturer has written, that we should do it, or even use
Yeah.
the product. Okay, baby, I'll give you later content. So you know that's what we talk about on this channel, and today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. But before then, I have with me my friend and my brother Busai. No, don't let me introduce you. Why am I introduce yourself?
Because just introduce me so that I'll be safe.
Okay, so I have with me my very friend and brother Busai Fagbemi, and we're just going to be gisting basically today. So Busai, say hello.
Hello, everybody. It's an honor to be here. I would like to appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's an honor. This is let me say, my first time on a YouTube channel. So
Yes.
it's an honor to
So
thank
I'll send you
you a
wine
lot.
so that we used to do celebration.
I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
Oh my goodness, so good to have you here. So today, everybody,
Yes,
we're
yeah.
going to be talking about a topic titled "Is Friendship a Great Reason to Date?" And when I was, we are doing some friendship series, that you guys will be seeing more topics that have to do with friendships and relationship. We started the first one, talking about the progression before marriage, the importance of friendship, how long is too long, or we just talked about topics like that, and I had Joy Akeju, and it was really amazing. Even I learned a lot. So today I just want to like go further from that, because we always get that topic, which is true, that friendship should always come before any relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
sometimes you hear some people say that the person you eventually marry is sometimes within your circle of
Of
friends,
yeah.
or maybe your
Exactly.
outer circle of friends, maybe a friend's
Of friend.
friend,
Friend.
or,
Yeah.
or just, yeah, or something like that. So
Unless
that
an
kind of
arranged
thing.
marriage.
Shey. But sometimes I feel like that can put a kind of pressure or confusion, in people,
Mm-hmm.
especially maybe for people that have like really good friends, that have an amazing friendship with maybe someone of the opposite sex, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're just feeling like, Abi, is maybe what I've been looking for far away, maybe maybe this is
Yeah.
it, and I'm just. But I also know that it's not everybody that you have a great friendship with that you would date. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people do you even want to date but
Mm-hmm.
eventually marry? So that's why I just want us to talk about this topic. And I tell you why you came to my mind. I know that by reason of your position in church, you're the head of
Mm.
ministry, and also I
Yes.
know that you're a very friendly person. So I know that you have lots of opposite sex friendships,
Yeah.
meaningful friendships, and people that you guys have to even do things together. So they are constantly in
Together.
your space, no matter how much you want to
You have
avoid it. But by reason of your ministry self, they are constantly
yeah.
in your space, in your
In your
corner, in
yeah.
everything. So I was like, what, Buzaye is
Mm.
like the best person for us to talk about this with,
Wow.
especially also as regards, considering our work with God and being believers. So I'll skip all
Yeah.
that talk. So let me just move. So what I've said now, what do you think about, friendship being so important before, marriage, or even any relationship? Like, do you agree with the statement, like friendship is very important?
Oh yes. Oh yes, I definitely agree. Friendship is the basis, is the foundation of every and any relationship. Even if you when you go to business, you need a relationship.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. That's why most times you see all these big people they want to match make their children with another big man. You understand? It creates friendship,
That's
it
true.
creates they do it
Yeah.
mechanically. You understand? Instead of finding different ways, you understand?
So
When
yeah,
you are really like family, you don't have a choice. You have to do things together. And even if your
yeah.
business is not thriving, the family ties will not make anybody want to break away. You understand? So friendship is
That's
very, very
true.
important in any relationship. If friendship is not there, no matter what is sustaining that relationship, when that thing leaves, it will definitely collapse. But
There'll be
when you
nothing
have
to fall
friendship,
back
at
on.
least no matter yes, exactly. When you have friendship, no matter what it is that is going on, at least because you guys are friends, there's
Yeah.
a way that friendship creates a level of communication. You understand? There are
That's
some people that like one another, like they say they have chemistry, but they don't have friendship. What happens
true.
is chemistry does not last.
Yeah.
Chemistry does not.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You have
Some
to move
even
from
feel.
this, yeah, you have to move from this first chemistry that you just found to the one that
Yeah.
you created yourself. And
Yeah.
chemistry you created with yourself is mostly friendship.
Yes.
Not there. By the time you don't feel like it the way you used to with that person, you will not even have any means or any reason to communicate or to do anything with the person any longer. But if you have
That's
friends, you still that room of communication will still be there. So friendship
mm,
cannot be blind in any relationship.
yeah. Yeah. I absolutely agree with you, because honestly, it's not every day that you feel that bish. The butterflies
Exactly.
the butterflies go to sleep sometimes.
The lifespan is not even long.
So you have
The
to,
lifespan.
like, build on that basis of friendship for it to have something
Exactly.
sustainable. So that's
Yes.
so true. So that'll lead me to my next question, which is basically like the topic of this discussion. Like, do you think that, having a great friendship with someone is a reason to date them? Maybe I've been
Okay.
friends with this person, we know each
Yeah.
other. Is that a basis to just say, what, come here, let's date now, Shebi, we shall have good friendship, let's go into a relationship.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah. So, one thing I will say is this question is coming at a time whereby I had a mix of this situation in my own personal life. What I
Oh
would say
wow,
about
not that is set of you more. See why you on my mind. Okay.
when I saw the topic, I was like, maybe Yaibu is dropping into my life one way or the other. So one thing I will say about this is the answer is yes and the answer is no. Why is the answer yes in a sense is because friendship is good. You understand? It's
Yeah.
one of the reasons to have a relationship.
Yeah.
If you have a good friendship with someone, like my mentor used to say, Pastor Kingsley, he will say that when people come to him and they're like, that, or he asked some of his um, what's it called mentees,
Mentees.
female mentees, that how about this guy that is always that you guys always talk and she will be like, nothing's going on, that is just my friend. And he would be like, are you meant to marry your enemy? Like,
Enemy.
is your friend no reason why you should look into it. But the reason why I would say
Yeah.
no also is that is friendship the only reason to marry someone? The answer is no. Now for a guy now, guy like me, I will talk from the perspective of a guy because I can't really
Yes,
say from a
please.
lady's side. So for
I
a guy
even want
like
from a
me,
guy's perspective. Mm-hmm.
exactly, aside from being a friends with someone, you have other things that you have to look out for, right? Okay, for me, you have
Yes.
to know that this person has the fear of God. This
Yes.
person is meek and quiet in spirit. The person has virtue. The person has wisdom. The person has
Mm-hmm.
hospitality. The person is wholesome. trustworthy. You understand?
Mm.
So there are so many other criteria that you have to look out for in
Why do I feel like
your.
I'm describing somebody in particular? But we'll let us slide, move on.
Actually, you might have a picture, you might not have the wholesome picture, you understand, but you have to have a basic, how would I say it,
Yeah.
basic principles of what you want in a person. You understand?
Yes,
But you
absolutely.
can be friends with someone without having all these principles. You can be
Mm.
friends with an unbeliever.
Yes.
You may not be close,
Preach. Yeah.
but you can be close with an unbeliever based on
Yeah.
any reason. But I don't think as a Christian you should be deeply close with an unbeliever because you cannot be unequally yoked. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
At least I have friends that have not given their life to Christ wholly. You understand? But we are friends at a just great I maybe business things brings us together once in a while. You understand? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of it all, the answer is yes. If you guys are, how would I say it, are friends, you understand each other, things work smoothly between the two of you. You understand? There's a level of communication. You know, you have some friends that before they finish a statement, you can finish it for them. You can even vouch
Yeah.
for them. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those kind of friendship is good,
Yeah.
right? Each other to a
Yeah.
reasonable extent. You can say
Yeah.
that, oh, this person can make a good life partner with me. But what
Mm.
is the will of God even concerning your life partner? What is your
Yeah.
own direction concerning your life partner? Does that person fit into that? Some friends
Yeah.
are meant to be friends actually because
Just
of
friends.
of
Yeah.
the of the relationship. But there are some friends that you can take up into that level. What's it called? My pastor used to say, Pastor Tony, he would say that you have to know how to divide your relationship. He made an example of a house. There are some people that your relationship will enter at the gate of your house. Some will enter the
Mm.
compound, enter your
Yeah.
sitting room. Some will get dining. Some will get into your bedroom. You
Room.
understand? You have to
Yeah.
know how
Some
to
will even sleep
divide or
over.
distinct. Some will sleep
Yeah.
over. You understand? So you know how to distinct
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
relationships. So that will help you also to know if this friendship can go into the next level of a relationship.
That makes so much sense. And another one thing I'd just like to add is the fact that as much as if the person now ticks all of these things, it's important that both of you are on the same page. You
Page,
know, you
exactly.
know, Joy was saying something like there's that. So if you've discovered that, okay, this person, we can actually go to the next level together, there's a
Level
window
together.
of opportunity that you must take if you actually want to ask the person out.
Once
Otherwise,
uh-huh,
is it that the person has moved on, or
moved on.
the person has just friend zoned you completely? And then when you ask the person out, the person will be like, "No, I'm sorry, we're
Before
just
time
friends."
has gone.
Exactly. So you guys have to be on the same page, and
The
when you
ship
feel like
has
you guys are on
sailed.
the same page, take the opportunity. So as a
Um,
guy, how do you now, put that boundary in place for, the relationship that that, okay, this is just friendship, and it's not going
mm,
to any other level. Even if you guys are like really cool friends. For
friends,
example, I
yeah.
had like a really good friend before I got married. Like we even used to call each other, my best friend. Like we were close. Like, see, if somebody can enter your room, it
Eh?
was that,
Ah,
like we were that close, like parents. No, it's not room like a real actual sense, like, but we
no,
were
no,
like
no,
so
no.
we were like so free with each other and all of that, but we didn't get married. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you now put those boundaries even with friends that you are actually like really, really tight friends?
Mm,
Like you guys can legit
friends.
even call
Mm.
yourself siblings, something like that. So how do you
Mm-hmm.
put the boundaries, like, do you get, so that they know that, okay, oh,
Yeah.
this is it, and you know that, okay, oh, this is it. Just friendship, nothing more. How do you set the boundaries so that the other person doesn't feel like you are,
Uh,
stringing them along, or
oh
you're
yes.
just giving them false hopes, stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So I would use myself as an example in this area, and I would try to go as detailed as I can. So when it comes to creating boundaries, There's one thing I'll only say this from, like I say, a guy's perspective, right? So
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
using myself as an example, okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
use my story from my church as an example. When I came to Ibadan to serve. You know,
Yeah.
service brought me to Ibadan, and from there I stayed back. I joined my church in 2018, early 2018. I joined my ministry, the ushering ministry, like maybe February or March 2018. So
Mm.
after joining the ministry, I used to be shy actually, but one of the reasons why I joined the ministry was that one, I know that I'm gifted in that area, I'm gifted in that ministry, and two, I was shy and I was tired of being shy. So those
Mm.
two things pushed me to actually join that ministry because I could be in a place and you not even know that I was there. I could be as silent as the
But
as
now,
a funny in the
yeah,
room.
so that was
You know? So I could be as silent as the furniture in the room, and I realized that that made a lot of opportunity pass by me. You understand? If I even see something that I like or someone I want to speak to about something, I will not be able to. I will not have the courage to do that. So one of the reasons why I joined my ministry. So after joining my ministry, I got to be close with a lot of people. Not long from there, I just how would I say it? I was seriously seeking God. You understand? Relationship was not on my mind. You know that kind of a thing. I was just seeking God. I was trying to rebuild my relationship with God. And it
Yeah.
got to that point whereby I was very free with a lot of people. I play with a lot of people. You understand? As an
Yeah.
usher now, you have to be. So I was just doing my thing. But over time, I realized that even with that, there's no way some people would warm up to you, right? Especially ladies. They would assume your friendliness, not even, should I say assume? Most ladies that would take liking
And
to you that you don't know already. And you are
yeah.
just being a brother that you think you are. And they'll be like, oh, maybe something is going to happen from this end.
Apple.
You understand? So
Mm.
not long from that, I got to realize that I am hearing some backstories about myself. You understand?
Legit.
I'm hearing some backstories that, yeah, who is this brother dating? He's hugging this one today, he's hugging that one tomorrow. They are just playing with this sister today, playing with that sister tomorrow. Who is who in particular? It got to a point that one woman called me in church. I was like, I think a lady was leaving and I was greeting her, and then we hugged and she left the church. And she came to me and she was like, it's more like from a space of she's peace, like, and and I was looking like, what's really going on here? So it got to a point I had to sit down and I had to look like, oh, since like my actions and inactions are causing some misinterpretation, you understand?
Yeah.
It takes two to tango. No matter what it
Mm.
is, even though you are not, sometimes people might feel like, oh, I don't have any intention. Even though you don't have an intention, watch your action and inaction. It can be leading someone on, right? It takes
Yeah.
two to tango, no matter what. And one thing I realized that now make me resolute is that I had to have a discussion with my pastor, Pastor Tony, and he told me something because then I was talking. I won a lottery of having a dinner with him. So I went to
Mm.
their house. If you'd remember in Single and Successful, then I went to their house. So we were talking, and I was talking to him about relationship wise and all, and so many other things that is stringing along ladies and this and that. So it was like that. When it comes to ladies, he gave me one principle. Though is I cannot say that that principle I use it 100%, but I immediately started working on that principle. It was like if you don't have anything to do with a lady, don't talk to her anything less than 9 p.m.
Mm.
And I was like, it was like, you might have a good intention, you might not have anything, but a lady can easily misinterpret something. You
Yeah.
understand?
100.
That,
Yeah.
and a lady will not give you an attention by that time if she does not have anything in mind towards you.
Mm.
That it is very difficult for a lady to give you an attention in that very point in time if she does not, even if she does not want to date you, definitely she really wants to know you. She really wants
Mm.
your relationship to grow further to a extent whereby she can know you well enough to decide if she's ready to take the relationship to the next level or not. But if you know that
Mm.
you are not ready for that, you know that there's no road there. If you let her know you well enough to decide that she wants to date you, you have once one way or the other led her on.
Mm.
It was
Mm.
like at that time you should make sure that it doesn't pass that time, right?
Yeah.
So, and another thing I now realize about relationship is communication. Most of the time,
Mm.
people don't communicate.
Mm.
We are scared of the fact that, oh, we might come out as how would I say it, too strict or
Mm.
too stiffed or not free.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I realized about my relationship over time is when I'm friends with someone and I realize that over time we are getting closer and closer, especially the opposite sex. We are getting
Mm.
closer and closer. You understand? We talk at length. We talk almost. It's now becoming almost everyday discussion. You understand?
Mm.
It
Mm.
is going like that, going to a month. The first thing I will do is have a communication with that person. I can't see you. Okay, I can see. The first thing
Can
I
you
do
hear
is
me?
have a yes, I can hear you now. The first thing I do is have a communication with that person. Oh, okay.
Mm.
My friend, Alpha, what's up? This is, noticed that we are now getting closer and closer. You understand? And I enjoy spending time with you. I enjoy talking with you, especially when I know that there's nothing for me, especially regarding relationship in that
Yeah.
friendship.
Yeah.
I bring in the conversation. Oh, not just to come out like anything wrong. I know that there's a mutual respect, you understand, but I would just like to know what is your thought about our friendship. Like, do you think this thing is going anywhere else? But for me, I'm not having a thought of a relationship, right?
Mm.
I don't,
Just
I
friendship
don't
for me.
not, you understand? It's just friendship for me. I respect you. I will be friends with you no matter your decision. You understand? But I enjoy
Yeah.
your company, and I want it. I want us to understand one another now, so that at the end of the day, there will not be any misunderstanding of our friendship.
Mm.
It's as simple as that.
Mm.
So communication is also important in
Yeah.
creating boundaries. Immediately that
Yeah.
communication is held, the response of the lady would also make you know if
Where
the
you were.
relationship
Yeah.
go in that momentum or not. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Response will determine. You understand? A lady can say, "Oh, she is also," especially when she realizes that you don't want something like that. Women can
Mm-hmm.
be patient, especially when they want something
Yeah.
patient. So if response is tilted towards that, like, oh, no problem, and but you still see that her body language is saying that she wants you, but she's just ready to wait, hoping that one way or the other, or one day your mind will change. You
Eventually.
might have,
Yeah.
yeah, you might have to start finding a means to create a little bit of distance. You
Space.
understand?
Yeah.
Reduce your talking time because, like, uh, my mentor said he had a session with a man like this recently, and he was talking about how we love, like how our brain and how our brain helps us loving. And he says that the best way, the best way and the means of someone is spending is a way of
Yeah.
configuring your brain because your brain love is more or less one way or the other more like a drug. You understand? The more you use
Yeah.
it, you understand all this addiction. The more you use it, the more you get addicted to it. Same thing with
Yeah.
love. The more you spend time with that person, the more you become
Yeah.
help in loving
That's
them. You see people
yeah.
that could not even get to love one another, but if you put two people in a confined space, even if they are far away, if you put Rihanna and maybe someone that is not even close, if you put them in a confined space, you realize that, oh,
Anything can
this
happen.
anything can happen. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
love in a sense is also created. No matter how much we feel like, oh, the first butterfly, the attraction will be there, right? But the more you
Yeah.
keep spending time with that person,
That
the
person.
more you keep
Yeah.
growing. You understand?
Yeah.
And the more
Yeah.
you reduce the time you spend with that person over time, it will be difficult, like every other addiction. You understand?
Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
You understand? Almost every day you'll be missing the person. You feel like, oh, I want to talk to this person. You carry your phone, almost dialing the person's number, or almost texting the person. How are you? You understand? It would be a very rough patch to get rid of
The
getting
trust
used
and
to
the
talking to that
emotions.
person. You
Yeah.
understand? So it's a how would I say it? A working process. So what I would say is first and foremost, know what you want in that relationship. If you want to
Mhm.
create a how would I say it, a boundary, have a discussion, especially when you know that for you that relationship is not going or that friendship is not going into a relationship. Create a boundary. You understand? You reduce the time you spend with one another. You understand?
Yeah.
More reasonable
Yeah.
time, especially when you know that likeness is getting to a space whereby it's getting out of control. So you have to make sure that you
Mm.
reduce the time. You make sure that so many other things that brings you guys together, if not necessary, you get rid of it. You understand?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
sometimes if necessary, it's better you start finding an alternative because your brain does
Or
not.
even
When your
involving
brain
other people.
exactly, so you have to make sure
Just
that
like this movie I watched. Have you seen Bros movie? Have you seen Bros movie on YouTube? Okay, can you hear us? Okay,
okay, I'm back.
so
Yes.
the lady, I like how she was able to put bound. You should watch the movie on YouTube. I'll send you the link. One of the guys like
Okay.
that, and he was trying to
So
make
what's the
the
title?
relationship. Bros, Bros.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so
I've not seen it.
try to see it on YouTube. So the guy was
Okay.
he was calling the girl that he needed prayer, that he was not
Oh,
feeling well. He just wanted to deceive the lady to come to his house, because
oh,
and the lady went because they attend the same church, and she was in the prayer
okay.
team and stuff like that. But he was thinking she was coming alone. He had prepared the bed, done everything. By the time she showed
Uh,
up, she first entered, and then she now told him that, that while she was coming, that she brought along the brethren in the Lord. That's how other people
oh,
came in as
wow.
well.
Shebi
So
is special.
as in, so that's an
Yeah,
example of how you can involve, other people, especially if it's
exactly.
somebody that you have to constantly see over time,
Yeah.
start bringing other
Hmm.
people, even if it's the things
Into
of God.
the
You even want to
yeah
go for evangelism, or you want to pray, or make sure that you don't go alone. Go with
alone.
other people.
Yes.
Annoy
Yeah.
yourself will make the feelings to drop out of the person's mind.
Exactly.
Like,
Uh-huh. Exactly.
so I think that
Avoid being in a confined space together.
together, exactly,
Mm.
exactly. Anything, don't be feeling like Holy Spirit to come and stop you from kissing the person. Holy Spirit is
Yeah,
not going to walk into the room and stop you. You have to flee
it doesn't
yourself.
work
So
like that.
it doesn't, though. It doesn't. It doesn't. So thank you so much. You've given us really, really helpful tips, this evening. And I hope that,
It's
it will be helpful to people, even as they watch. And then you were sharing even your own experiences with us, because we need to hear more things like that. A lot of people don't know
yeah.
that, even brothers in the Lord struggle, is
I'm
putting
strong.
boundaries, like you have to put boundaries, because sister in the Lord too are seeing vision to you. So you
Yeah.
have to put that boundaries, like, sister, there's no vision here. We're just friends.
It's
This
not
is just
easy.
the love of God. So
Yeah,
thank
another
you so
thing I
much.
see about Christian brothers and sisters, let me put it
Yeah.
the way, Christians generally is we though we know we have the spirit of God, we are not normal human beings, but we also
Yeah.
live in the flesh. All right, we live
Mm.
in the flesh, and we should always realize that no matter how it is, even the Bible told us that we should flee. You understand? So he knows that it's like you using a phone. When you are using your phone, right? Your phone does not is not configured with Yoruba, right? But if you keep typing a Yoruba word for a long period of time, what will happen? It will start generating that word. Immediately you type the first two letters,
Yeah.
it will start generating that word, right?
It's
So
proper.
over
Yeah. The others.
it's
Yeah.
keep popping up. So over time, the longer you keep doing something, that's why the Bible says that we should always work on renewal of mind. Even when you give your life to Christ, your mind is not renewed, your spirit is renewed, right? So there are so many things that you still battle with. So you'll be hearing voices, you'll be tempted to do so many things. Jesus was tempted, so it's not something that is bad, or that's something that we can get rid of. You understand? Temptation strengthens our faith. It strengthens us in even our work with God. You understand? The more you keep evading all these temptations, the more you keep getting stronger in the work of God. So we should not always act as if we are devoid of having all these feelings. It is not possible.
Feelings. Yeah.
It is not possible. So you have to
Yeah.
create a system. You have to create a system around yourself that will make sure that you don't fall victim of all these situations, because it's
Yeah.
normal. Sometimes the devil, I used to say something that the devil has no power, he only has perfect timing. Sometimes it is when you are, how would I say it, the most lonely, when you feel,
More
is when you
vulnerable.
feel vulnerable, that
Yeah.
people come around. Understand? I just feel like,
Yeah.
oh, is what's it called, a time or a friend in need, or a friend in time of
Mm.
that
Mm.
nonsense. You understand? Before you know, your guard is
Yeah.
down, and the immediate
Yeah.
things to foster over time, it's very difficult for you to retract that thing.
Mm.
You know? So you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to make sure you
Yeah.
work on it and give yourself that system of making sure that it works the way you've planned it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you, Uncle
Every
Bisaya. Uncle Bisaya.
good to see your face.
Thank you so much, Bisaya. We have learned a lot. Even I have learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Everyone, we hope that you have enjoyed this and you've learned one or two things to practice. So if you have any comments or questions, please put in the comment section, and or any topic you would like for us to discuss, please put in the comment section. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have not subscribed, what
thank
are you
you.
waiting for? Don't let me appear to you in your dreams.
We
Thank
all
you,
appear in their
everybody.
dream.
As in, say subscribe, subscribe,
Oh yes.
subscribe. Thank you, Busayo. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.